Morning, guys. Today is Tuesday, December 8th. It says John Lennon, band member of the Beatles, was killed after being shot when entering his apartment in 1980. So John Lennon was killed in 1980 on December 8th. Huge fan of John Lennon. He's a pretty cool guy. All right, so today. Today is National Brownie Day. National Brownie Day is December 8th. What is your favorite dessert? I don't know. It all depends on my mood. Ice cream, brownies, cake, cookies, whatever. Where can you find brownies at? You can make them or you could buy them at the store. Do you like brownies? Yes. It says a brownie is a chocolate dessert cut into squares. We think brownies are delicious. They're chocolate and they're not gross. It says they're gross. Why does it say they're gross? I don't know either. All right. Today, this week's number of the week is 7. Number 7, S-E-V-E-N. 7 fish in our 10 frame. Letter of the week is G, capital G, lowercase g, glasses. Our shape of the week is a rectangle. It has 4 sides, 2 longer sides and 2 shorter. So 2 long, 2 short. Some popular rectangle shapes are a door, 2 short, 2 long sides, and a chocolate bar, 2 short, 2 long sides. Our core word of the week is sad. Sad. Sometimes we feel sad. And our safety word of the week is a heart defibrillator. So you see this sign when there is an AED around, and an AED is used during CPR for someone who has an irregular heart rhythm. All right. Our weather for the day hasn't changed from yesterday. It's cold. It was snowing a little bit. We've got a coat on, some winter boots. It's December. It's cold and snowy. We were working on Scholastic News number 2 about animal habitats. So we will watch our video.
Animals at home. This pet has a comfortable, cozy home inside its owner's house. It's warm and safe here. But most animals are wild animals. Where do they live?
Animals may live out in the open. In the savannah, lions sleep and hunt on the warm grass. They are safe because no other animal would try to hunt a lion. And in the Arctic, many polar bears sleep right out in the cold snow. But many animals do not live out in the open. They need shelter. Some animals live in caves. Caves keep them warm and dry. A hollowed out log makes a safe home for many animals, like raccoons, millipedes, and snails. It's warm in there too. It is hard for predators to get in. A wide open sandy beach doesn't seem to have many safe places for animals, but it's home to crabs and clams. They dig holes in the sand. Sometimes you can see small balls of sand that crabs leave behind. The ocean has good places for animals to hide. Eels and octopuses slip into little cracks in the coral. No one can see them. Some animals carry their shelter on their backs. Turtles live in shells.
Yeah, just bring her over here.
Hermit crabs do too.
Not happy.
When they get too big for their shell, they get a new one.
On her belly.
Some animals build their homes.
Music.
Prairie dogs dig underground homes with lots of rooms.
You could bring her right here.
Hundreds of prairie dogs can live together. It's like a huge prairie dog mansion. All wild animals live somewhere. It could be
Yep, no problem.
in a cozy cage or in a home they built themselves. No matter what, for the animals that live there, it's home sweet home. What is your favorite animal home? Talk about it. See you soon.
We've never done one of these game shows before, but now that we can bring this up on the big TV, why not?
Oh, yeah.
All right. It says answer the questions to earn points. What is a burrow? A burrow is a home under the ground. You guys have access to these online if you go to scholasticnews.com and type in IPERT 2020. That's the password to get in, and you guys can play these at home too. Which one do voles use to leave their burrow? Where is the burrow? What do voles do when their bathroom is full? I keep just answering these. I don't know why I'm not even reading them, but like I said, you guys can play them at home too.
Done.
Okay. So, done with Scholastic News. So we are going to do our adapted book that looks like this, called Let's Learn About Animal Habitats. So all you're going to do at home is match the picture. So if this page says there are many different animal habitats. So this is the picture that goes with that page. You see, they match. So for your student, what you would do is you would present two choices. And you say, where are the animal habitats? Match. Okay. And a choice of two. Hopefully they would choose this one. If they don't, that's okay too. And then you just glue it down to the square. So glue it here. Animal habitats. All right. It says the ocean is one of the animal habitats. So again, you would take your picture that matches the one on the page, and you would present two choices and have them make a choice. In the ocean, you will find sharks, fish, dolphins, crabs, and more. The forest is one of the animal habitats. In the forest, you will find deer, bears, moose, squirrels, and more. The rainforest is one of the animal habitats. In the rainforest, you will find sloths, anacondas, jaguars, iguanas, and more. The desert is one of the animal habitats. In the desert, you will find coyotes, gophers, rattlesnakes, scorpions, and more. The Arctic is one of the animal habitats. In the Arctic, you will find reindeer, walrus, puffins, and polar bears, and more. There are so many different animals and habitats. And then you are done with your animal habitats book. So we also have for today that goes along with our animal habitat book. It says animal habitats cut and paste. So we are going to match the animals that live in the different habitats. Okay, it says what animal lives in the ocean habitat? So you can present your student with two choices. Tell them shark or zebra. And you would put shark in the ocean. What animal lives in the forest habitat? You could put a deer. What animal lives in the desert habitat? You would put a coyote. What animal lives in the rainforest habitat? You would put a jaguar. And what animal lives in the Arctic habitat? And you would put a reindeer. All right, so beavers, penguins. Let's watch.
It's 6 days.
Picture a polar bear in the desert. No, what you're imagining is way too cute. Take off the sunglasses and the swim trunks. There. He's hot, he's hungry, he's downright miserable. Why is he such a grumpy bear? Well, it's because he's not where he belongs. There aren't any tasty seals to eat, no cold water to enjoy, and no snow to sleep in. The desert isn't his habitat. You know that a habitat is the area where something lives. But from polar bears to porcupines, animals don't just need a place to live. They also rely on the other living and non-living things around them to survive. And life looks different in different places around the world. So, what makes a habitat a home? Well, what do you need? I need sandwiches, pancakes, carrots, maybe some nice peaches. So I need food, and I need water. I need a place to live, and I need a place to film crash course videos. You could say this is my habitat. Animals need these things too: food, water, shelter, and space to live. For animals, their food comes from their neighbors, the other living things in their habitat. You know that plants and animals all fall somewhere along the food chain, which is a model we use to describe the flow of energy between living things. But the real world is made up of lots and lots of food chains, and those chains can get kind of messy. I mean, look at our polar bear. Sure, his favorite food is seal, but in a pinch, he'll eat walrus, dead whales, birds' eggs, and if he has absolutely no other choice, plants. The polar bear is at the top of multiple food chains, and that's not unusual. Most animals don't just eat one thing, and neither do I. I'm at the top of the pancake food chain and the carrot food chain. It just so happens I prefer pancakes. So you can see how food chains are actually all tangled around with each other, with many different ones overlapping, kind of like a web. So we call this a food web. Food webs are big tangled systems that include every plant and animal in a habitat. And as you might guess, all food webs are different. So let's compare two different habitats to see how the food webs play out. First, we'll go back to our old stomping ground, the forest. Let's begin with, you know this, people, the plants. Trees, grass, and other plants that change energy from the sun into sugar. But then you have some animals that eat other animals. This is where things get a little more complicated. Today, an owl makes a mouse with lunch, but tomorrow it may be a rabbit. Today, a snake snacks on a squirrel, but a few days later, our owl friend might make a meal of another meat eater, like the snake. Finally, the decomposers, insects, fungi, and bacteria are breaking down whatever's left over, from uneaten rotten fruit to leftover animal carcasses. As they break down matter, they provide more nutrients for the plants. It's a bit of a different story up in the Arctic. I mean, look at all that ice. I know what you're thinking. Where are the plants? How do we have a food web without plants? Zoom in on the seawater. Zoom way in. Further, further, stop. Can you see those tiny plants? They're called phytoplankton. And just like plants on land, they convert energy from the sun. Really small creatures called zooplankton eat the phytoplankton. All kinds of small fish dine on the zooplankton. Larger fish eat the smaller fish. There are big marine mammals too. Beluga whales eat fish, while humpback whales eat the tiny plankton and krill. And what else eats fish? Seals. That's our polar bear's favorite food. But up here, you can't afford to be picky, so we may have to nibble on some whale carcass if necessary. As for decomposers, there aren't many bugs or earthworms in this cold climate. There are bacteria, but since it's so cold, the decomposers break down matter much more slowly than in the forest. So you can see food webs and the ecosystems that support them look different in different parts of the world, depending on the habitat conditions. Flat or mountainous land, more or less water. These seemingly small changes in habitats affect what kind of plants and animals live there. Up in the Arctic, a polar bear has the right conditions to keep him happy. First, he fits into his food web perfectly. The food that's available to him has enough fat and protein to keep his energy up. Second, he fits into his habitat perfectly. He has the body adaptations to not just survive, but feel really comfortable in the super cold. A polar bear isn't built to survive in the desert or the forest. So let's put our poor polar bear back where he belongs. I was starting to feel bad for the guy.
Earth's ecosystem.
All right, guys. I can't find that other video I was looking for about ecosystems, but that's it for today. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and we will see you later.